Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are just gonna have a chatty video. I wanna show you what I've been making this week, the things that I've been working on, and I'm gonna also just share a few little stories along the way. For those of you who know me personally, I do love to tell stories. I'm a very chatty person, and that is definitely something that's gonna be coming out in my in all of my crochet blogs. So if you are watching this, put me on pause, grab your whip, grab your crochet or your knitting if you knit, and let's come along for the ride. So first of all, I have been getting ready for my fall markets and working on some things that I can sell. And I wanted to show you guys these cute little dragons. Let's see if I can turn them around. I want to show you guys these cute little dragons. Ta-da! I love the strawberry one. I love her little glitter eyes. And I love this one has, I did different glitter eyes for this one. So this one has the pink ones that are my pipevine swallowtail safety eyes. And these are the silvered spotted skipper. I want to make sure that you can see up close. They're so cute. I love how shimmery they are. And this one, I finally caved in and decided to do a Charizard inspired pattern. It's definitely not the real Charizard because Char has like the yellow belly and the flame on the tail, but I wanted one with the orange and the green wings because it was just so magnetic. And I had one last pair of these Red Admiral 18mm eyes. Let's see if I can turn it at an angle where you can see it. And I love the orange and green fire in that dragon's eyes. So this was my Charizard inspired mini dragon, and I'm going to be selling these at market for $25. This is the Tank the Dragon pattern that I'll link down below, but I ended up making some modifications. So I made the wings smaller, as you can see, and I actually crocheted them directly into rounds 16 and 17. So instead of sewing them on the back, they're just crocheted right into the body. The other thing that I did differently is I added one round to the snout. There's a round in there where you just crochet, I think it's either 8 or 12 single crochet around, it's 12. But I did 2 rounds, so the snout's a little bit longer, because I didn't like the way that Tank's face was kind of pushed in. It was real small, and I wanted it to have that Charizard snout. And the other thing that I did was I added some ears. And these were just in a magic ring. I did 2 single crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, 2 single crochet, and then joined with a slip stitch. And then when I went in to do the round with the horns, I crochet these directly in instead of doing the whisker detail in the front. So instead I crocheted the ear, 2 single crochet, did the horn, 4 single crochet, the other bobble horn, 2 single crochet, and then crochet the ears in, and I just spaced them like that because I like the way the ears sit. I wasn't loving the whiskers, and even though it was an extra step to make the ears separately, it took me like 2 seconds to do. All in all, I like how these came out, and I'm excited to be selling the little my little mini dragons. I really wanted an affordable dragon that kids could take away if they came up to my booth wanting a dragon. The other thing I want to show you guys, super special project. So I finally broke down and subscribed to Jenna's Patreon. I finally subscribed to CrochetByGenna's Patreon. She's a YouTuber who's inspired me and kind of helped me get back into crocheting and doing it as a business initially. So she has this pattern that's a dragon snuggler. And ooh, I need to grab my third watermelon dragon. I'll be right back. I need to grab the watermelon dragon. Guys, I am back and I have a special surprise. So I've been working on these dragon snugglers, and here inside this Easter egg, I have probably my favorite, and this is the first dragon snuggler I did using CrochetByGenna's pattern. Look at him. I love the watermelon wings. So this is a watermelon themed dragon. I used Bloom Chenille by Premier for the body, which is kind of a kind of a chunky yarn. It's like about the size of the new Parfait plush. And then I used Parfait Chunky for the other details, but I used a 6mm hook for everything, so hopefully it came out proportional. This was also Parfait plush for the horns. But look, he's so cute. And these are my chrysalis eyes from my Lepidoptera collection. I do sell these on Etsy. These are the 30mm that I used to, that I think sized well with the Parfait plush. I think if I did this again, I would make the hooves white instead of pink, because it did end up being a lot of all over pink. But I think she looks cute. I hope some kid loves her. She's going back in her Easter egg now. Oh yeah, I used the feather tail modification from, I think it's Andy the Dragon instead of the little arrow that's in the Dragon Snuggler. So they're basically just like crochet leaves, and I hooked 3 of them onto the bottom of the tail. She fits so perfectly. This Easter egg was on sale after Easter from Michael's, and I always go by and try to find some dragon eggs. One of these days, I'm gonna learn how to 3D print. I really wanna learn how to 3D print dragon eggs, and I think there's a free pattern online somewhere. If I do find it, I'll link it down below that you can use, but for now, this gal has never 3D printed anything, so Michael's Golden Eggs it is. So spoilers, this is a licensed character, but it's for a gift. So you can make Pokemon or other licensed characters for your own use, for personal use, if you're giving them away, if they're a donation. You just can't sell them and make money off them. So that being said, this is a present for someone, and I made a Charizard. Look at him, he's so cute. I actually did a little picot on the end of the wings. Made this wing a little more pointy by just crocheting a few more stitches at the end. And look, I love him. These are the Red Admiral eyes, the Red Admiral safety eyes from my Lepidoptera collection. You can see him up there. And I love how he came out with the little eyebrows. He's got the little grouchy nose like Char Char. I wish I could say that I had a pattern for the belly, but I really just freehanded it to make it as even as possible. I probably should have started it lower, but I always get stuck with putting the legs together. Jenna has a YouTube tutorial in her Dragon Snuggler pattern, and I never watch it because I'm lazy. So it came out how it came out. And I did the same feather tail modification on the end of the tail and just kind of alternated between yellow and red and orange in whatever way came to mind. So they're all kind of different. But yeah, that's my Charizard. He's so cute. He's very snuggly. He's very soft. I made this one with Parfait Chunky. The last one I made comes with a special story. So when I was a kid, we had, I was always reading picture books, obviously. You have little board books and little page books that are all like full page spreads of pictures. And one day my dad came to me and he said, I think you're ready finally to read some chapter books. So I got a really special chapter book for you to read. And he opens up this book it was ancient. It was like this olive green fabric cover, and it had lost its dust jacket, and it just said, My Father's Dragon. My Father's Dragon is a story that was written in the 1940s, and it's a children's book by Ruth Stiles Gannett, illustrated by Ruth Crispin Gannett. It is a true hero's journey about this little boy named Elmer Elevator, who lives in a boring town called Nevergreen City, where it always seems to be raining. One day he meets a talking cat and takes him in out of the rain and gives him a saucer of milk. And because of his kindness, the cat decides to share with him about a baby dragon who's being abused and exploited by the animals on Wild Island. It's this place where nobody's ever come back alive because there are all these predators. But Elmer takes the call to adventure and goes to Wild Island to rescue the baby dragon. And each day he has to encounter new obstacles with all these different predator animals that are trying to eat him or trying to kill him or trying to kick him off the island. And he is challenged to outwit them using only the items that he brought in his pack, like pink lollipops and rubber bands and hair ribbons and whatever random things he stored with him and thought was good to take on this adventure. So it's a really beautiful story. Ruth Gannett actually made it into a trilogy with him finding the dragon, his journey home, and his second adventure where he goes to Blueland to rescue the family of the dragon that are threatened on the island where they live. So it's a really beautiful story to read as a child. It's an easy read. It's got some cute illustrations. So I hope you like it. I am going to link the Project Gutenberg version down below because that story is now in the public domain. There have been movie adaptations made, but honestly, they don't actually reflect the original plot or even some of the characters. So that being said, I made a My Father's Dragon plushie, and this is Boris the Dragon. He came out so cute. I used my silver spotted skipper eyes, and I actually free-handed the wings and made him to reflect kind of the illustrations in the book that had the red bottoms of the feet and red horn. He's supposed to have red eyes, but I forgot that until I finished the plushie and had already put in these. So these are the silver spotted skipper, but honestly, I think these came out cuter looking than red. Maybe if I had some larger ones with red pupils and silver glitter, it might look cuter, but that'll be for the next one. This is, just to clarify, this is not a copyrighted character. My Father's Dragon is in the public domain, particularly the illustrated version with the red bottoms of the feet and the gold colored wings. He has a little one horn and the little spikes down the back of the neck, which I just kind of did some double crochet and slip stitches to make little spikes. And I ended up going off Jenna's pattern and free-handed these wings because the dragon in Ruth Gannett illustrations, I'm sorry, Ruth Crispin Gannett's illustrations, has these really kind of skinny curved wings that almost look like a little bat wing. It's a really unusual looking dragon, and I think I got him. So this is a gift for a family member who also loved this book. It's for my dad, and yeah, it came out really cute. But if you like My Father's Dragon, you read the story and you want to Boris the Dragon for yourself, it's up on my Etsy. I will not be selling the Charizard because that is a licensed character, but you can get Boris, and he'll be available and I can crochet one for you. So that being said, I hope you enjoy the story, and I hope you enjoy just watching this video and being able to see all the dragons I crocheted this week. That is it for today's video. If you like this one, smash that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. As always, be kind in the comments to me, to others, and ultimately to yourself. Have a fabulous day, everyone, and stay creative. Bye!